Hey guys, Matt here. Welcome to another portfolio update. I gotta say, with the exception of Gevo, which we're gonna talk about in a second, we are looking better and better. Compared to, I guess, the past year. If we take a look at AT&T, I am almost profitable on that. So I'm really glad I stuck with. I'm stuck with this stock. Verizon and Walgreens are inching their way back up. Tapestry is down a little bit, but I can't really complain at 176% gains. Palantir took a bit of a hit today. Now, I checked the news on Palantir, and Palantir and Microsoft pretty much expanded their cloud partnership into the public sector. Now, maybe I'm just not understanding this. Maybe I'm just not good at investing or evaluating companies or whatever, but I took this as a good thing. So if the market wants to sell 4.4% today on this news, and this is the reason, I'll take it. I'm good. And then, of course, we have Meta, which is down a little bit, but we're in some serious gains. FedEx is finally showing some pretty decent gains, and that's only gonna go up over time. So I'm really glad I stuck with that. Google is down a little bit today, but pretty much every stock that's not Gevo is doing comparatively better. My portfolio is inching its way up. I am back above 80,000 and portfolio value. I'm only down 8%, so that's I'll take it at this point. I've seen portfolios that are a lot worse. Now let's talk about Gevo, the one stock in my portfolio that is not quite getting it. Gevo, once again, to no one's surprise, hit its 52-week low, which means that Gevo once again hit its all-time low, to the surprise of no one. Now, to be fair, Gevo was part of a much, much wider hit on the sector. We got Nano down 10%, IDEX down 9.78%. Like, the whole sector just got absolutely destroyed. And as a matter of fact, and it spread into the EV stocks too. HYLN got absolutely wrecked again. It hit its all-time lows. NKLA, NKLA hasn't had a great day, a great week, a great month, or a great year. It's once again hit its all-time lows. Now, the thing with Gevo is that it hasn't had a great month at all. It lost 30% of its value in a month. Now, a while ago, I don't quite remember when, but I did make a video talking about the possibility of Gevo either delisting or doing a reverse split. The cutoff for that is at $1. Once it goes below $1 and stays there below 30 days for about 30 days, at that point it gets a notice from NASDAQ, and then Gevo has to do something about it. And when I made that video, I didn't think we'd be at $1.29 in a month. I didn't think it would drop that quickly. So the possibility, given this trend, and assuming, unless Gevo turns it around or reports some fantastic revenue or anything like that, because I checked, there wasn't any news at all involving Gevo or anything like that. Nothing on Twitter. So given the trend and the macroeconomic headwinds and all that stuff, the possibility is very real that Gevo goes below $1 in the short term. And at that point, Gevo's got to do something about it. Now, if it does nothing, it'll delist eventually. But Gevo is probably going to reverse split. I don't see how it's not going to do that. I think this will be their fourth reverse split, which is a huge walk of shame. But my long-term plans for my long-term outlook for Gevo has not really changed. Everything that's been hammering Gevo right now is absolutely terrible. But nothing, there hasn't been any company developments or anything like that that makes me question my investment in Gevo. Not at all. Given this video is about my portfolio, I'm going to talk about what I plan on doing with Gevo. Now, I already said my long-term outlook on the company hasn't changed, as long as it keeps meeting its objectives and all that stuff. However, will I be loading the boat given the stock is trading at a massive discount? I don't think so. It is very tempting. And I did buy a few shares. Earlier in March. I did buy a few, but I don't think I'm going to buy too much more. And the reason is, I mean, as bullish as I am about Gevo, I can't overextend myself. I do want to focus the limited capital I have on companies that are, no offense to Gevo, actually making money. Because, yeah, Gevo has done everything right from a project standpoint, but it hasn't quite made it yet. I mean, as far as the revenue or the revenue and stuff, it's still missing revenue. It's still very dependent on government handouts, CARB, and credits and all that stuff for its revenue. I mean, it's going to be dependent on that for a few years. I just can't overextend myself. That's the point. Now, I might, nibble on a few more shares here and there down the road, but I do want to focus the capital I have on companies that are actually making money. I'm going to continue putting money into SCHD, and I'm going to continue putting money into Palantir for the time being. But anyways, take care, have a great day, and eat your vegetables.